here we are again. The second coming, the world of Walt. What? You've been asleep the whole time. You've been waiting for us to return, but here we are again, and you've been resurrected. I love that name. And what's going on, bro?
Yes. What would Walt do? That is the new segment.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
I will create wristbands.
I was playing around with that Walt's World. What will Walt do? But,
Walt's World. Walt's World.
Yeah, dude. But we should do a playoff of Wayne's World. Was that the original kind of podcast show? You might have hit on that.
Wow, no, you do it just by accident, but you're the smart one. You brought it up.
My God. Yeah, dude. That might be it. They might have been the real ones that kicked it off.
Hey, recap real quick. Let's do a recap. First off, thank you for having me again.
Yes, and I was gonna say, nonetheless, thank you for coming back. We were gonna wait to do this a monthly thing, but with what's been going on, it just would be perfect just to have you back on right again. So here you are. But go ahead.
I finished off with the wrestling joke, but prior to that, we did the top 5 bands. We didn't get to do yours. Do you want to jump into that real quick?
Oh shit, yeah, we can. Remind me again first, what were yours?
I actually rethought it.
Okay.
Only one can go back and forth. One was Pantera.
Okay.
2 was Stained, because I love depressing music. For anyone who watched the first one, obviously you know that. 3, Mudvayne. 4, I put as Godsmack, and then 5 is Deftones, the sexiest rock band ever made. I would interchange Godsmack side by side with Bush.
Okay.
Excuse my fat piglet finger. Slipknot's my top 10 for sure. But I love Bush, man. And you were saying you didn't know how you felt about them. Why is that?
I don't know. It just, I guess, growing up, that's was one of my brother's favorites. My oldest brother's favorites. My oldest brother is probably he's like a little bit older than you. So he's like
Rudy.
Yeah. He's like 12 years older than me, but I think he's only maybe 4 or 5 years older than you, or I think 7 tops.
Dude, Rudy is super cool. I used to love talking to him about Deftones at the gym and stuff. He knows his stuff.
See, he was all about that generation, and it was just bands like that. Chevelle, mentioned something like Godsmack. Those were just bands, Static X, that he would just play over and over and over. So just I was like, all right, I got it. I'm good. That doesn't mean I have anything against them. I'll still go back and listen if it comes on the shuffle.
I know what you mean. But you missed it by a couple of years, kind of.
Yeah. And that's the thing about our list. It's very generational.
So because of that, who was your top 5 then? Because you skipped a generation somewhat. Who's your top 5 then?
Oh yes, so I was gonna say it's very generational with our list. So I when I wrote it down, I was like, because I had to write it down. I might have told you on the spot, so I apologize. But like you said, you had time to think about it. But my list, see, number 1, I would say Slipknot would be number 1. And I don't mean to.
Wow.
I know that's people might say, oh, that's an easy pick, because it just Slipknot.
I knew you loved them. We used to jam them at work all the time, but I didn't know they were your number 1. I thought I was.
You always will be. No, but see, that's the thing. It's weird when it comes to this list, because I'm not really thinking about it as when you think of your list, you think of songs that you want to listen to every day. Because Slipknot, I don't listen to every day, but if you look
super special.
Yes, exactly. If you break down the albums, there's not more than 1 or 2 songs that I don't like, and most of those are the intros and the interludes, all that bullshit. Yeah, see, those are the ones I don't save or I don't like. But it's just statistically across the board, I would say that that would make up for the top band. There's no other band that I didn't like, more than 2 songs off an album.
What's your favorite album from them?
I mean, I would have to say. Which one was the one that came out in 2008? You put me on the spot, so I don't know the name of it.
That's okay. Are you talking about
where they had the big heads and they took off? All Hope Is Gone. There we go. Yes. Yeah. So that I would say that. I mean, or Iowa. I mean,
Iowa is probably the best one they ever made. But I
that's
think my very generational. Subliminal.
Yeah, Subliminal was good. Yeah, it's just All Hope Is Gone had a generational impact on me, because that's when I was.
We Are Not Your Kind in Chapter 5, the Great Chapter, are awesome, dude.
Yes, the Great Chapter.
They're already getting ready to release another one. Have you heard the single?
Really?
That they released a couple months back? Yeah, it's called the Chapeltown Rag. I think.
Oh yeah, is that the one we were
Shackletown
talking
Murder,
about?
something like that. It's an
Yeah,
awesome song. It's gonna be on their new album.
I think that's the one we were talking about where I was like, okay, I love Slipknot, but that sounded like there was like 4 Slipknot songs just mashed into one.
They said that it's gonna sound like Subliminal versus Volume 3, their third record, which is my favorite. So I'm really excited for this.
Man, yeah.
Oh, speaking of this, before I forget, dun, 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 dun. Okay, Slipknot song reference.
Before I forget,
Jacob, I'm going to reference Typo Negative. I bet Rudy loves Typo Negative. I hope he does. Peter Still, rest in peace. The greatest goth rock metal band ever made. Typo fucking Negative. Okay, so number 1 is yours. That's for you, Jacob, and for us. The Drab, bro. Vampires Forever, Drab 4.
Were you a Lost Boys fan?
Dude, that's a great movie. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that inspired like the Brood and wrestling. You know, the whole when they had vampires.
Dude. I was telling you what last night that I thought they were real when I was a kid when they first came out.
Dude, Go ahead.
With the blood, the pot of the
freaking bloodbath.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that was in the when they would come out from the fire underneath.
Yes, dude, awesome. Gangrel, dude, with the white V-neck, the ruffled pianist type of Renaissance shirt.
Yeah,
dude, that's genius, bro.
He got me into wrestling. For people, it's like Stone Cold. For people, like it's The Rock. It's like, don't get me wrong, The Undertaker had a big influence, but like my older brothers watched wrestling for years, and I was just like, I was still a kid and I wasn't really into it. But it was when I first saw the Brood and I first saw Gangrel that I was like amazed, and I was like,
dude, Edge and Test.
Test. You were a Test
Christian.
R.I.P.
Christian, dude, Test was a beast, bro.
Yeah. God. Yeah, he was. I forgot what tag team he was in back then, but he was with Albert and Trish at one point. But yeah, those were the golden days, man.
And dude, Hardcore Holly.
Mm-hmm. Crash
you
Holly,
remember
rest
Hardcore
in
Holly?
peace. Oh yeah,
he passed.
Still no, Crash Holly was like his kayfabe like on-screen cousin. He was they dressed just alike, but he was the one that came out with the scale.
Yes, he passed away.
He passed away like
I forgot that he had that partner.
Yeah, and then that's of course Molly Holly. Oh yeah, we're getting off track here, but
sorry guys. This is what happens when the two of us talk here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the beauty of podcasts is I love going off on tangents here, and then we can always come back. But how you said had before we get to number 2, I wanted to bring up how you said that you had that moment with Nirvana, listening to Nirvana
when I was in the back of the station wagon. Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. I had that exact moment, after thinking about it, after edited and listened to the episode. I had that exact same moment with Slipknot, where I heard Wait and Bleed for the first time in the back of my brother's car. He had like a 2-door red coupe, like Honda or something, that the ones that had the automatic seatbelts that would come back and they go back forward. God. Yes. So that's when I heard that was the first Slipknot song. I heard Wait and Bleed for the first time, and I was like, what is this band?
That's interesting you said that, because I was actually just got my learner's permit before you get your, I don't know how it is now, but you could do it at 15. I got it at 15, and I was driving around before sophomore year in my mom's Suburban, the old huge metal ones that were tanks basically.
Yeah.
They got like 4 to 5 miles a gallon, bro.
Yeah. Like those old Hummers.
Chevrolet Suburban. And that song came on, and I remember thinking, oh my God, I actually had a moment with that too. So we both had that with Slipknot, specifically Wait and Bleed. And I remember knowing then I fucking love new metal.
Yeah, that was awesome. So because I don't know, I broke it down on the podcast before, all the different types of metal, and there's so many different types of metal, but it just like, I mean, and Corey Taylor, I just feel like across the board, they have to be top band, and Corey Taylor's voice too. If I can have, I'll get to that here in a second, but Corey,
beautiful voice.
His voice is awesome. Yeah.
Stone Sour, his voice is like angelic. And then you hear him in Slipknot, and it's like the devil, That's what's awesome.
Exactly. So, and then number 2, this may be generational, and again, one that I don't listen to every day, but across the board, a lot of bangers, on each album, is Avenged Sevenfold.
Dude, I had my moment with them for a long time.
Yeah, Nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
That was like I believe Nightmare was the name of the album. See, I don't know albums as much as you because in this digital media age, it's much easier to just
You
pass
get
through
one
that.
song. Yeah.
Exactly. And well, yeah, see, I don't even want to sound like that's exactly what I do either, but it's just
No,
like
no,
it's
no.
so easy to look past the album. You just click, okay, I'll check out this album, this album, this album,
See,
and then you just select from there.
I'm a
Whereas
collector, you know that. So I
exactly.
love the jeweled cases and I get the artwork and I take my time over and over. I obsess about it, unfortunately, in many ways, but it's a passion. But dude, the Rev, rest in peace, man. But I remember that one music video where he's like sitting there like, I don't remember the Beast in the Heart.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
yes, I believe it was that the one where everyone's falling into that pit.
Yeah, was that Backcountry?
No. Backcountry is the one where they're like on the road and they're like basically on an acid trip, and then there's that one point where the guitarists are back to back doing it.
You're right. It's the one where they're going to hell and he's like,
yes,
dude, that guy looks.
Yeah, I forgot that song, but it was the one it was the same song that was on Guitar Hero. And yeah, dude, it's just like I feel like them too. They had a lot of bangers, man. A lot of good songs.
What was the white one with just the skull and the bat, their logo? That was my favorite one.
I believe that was just self-titled, or either that or Afterlife. Maybe Afterlife.
Yeah, that was my favorite one. Yeah.
Yeah, Afterlife is a good one too.
That's and again, song, bro.
Another one they can go really heavy or go really like, just jam slow. It's awesome.
I respect that. When I gamed a lot of Call of Duty and an old game called Shadow of the Colossus. Do you remember that?
That's a good game. Very
that
good game. Kind of sad, but good game.
They should have continued that. That game was groundbreaking.
Yeah. They remastered it. Have you checked out the remastered version?
Yeah, but they should have continued on as a franchise. Anywho, I jammed those 2 or 3 albums over and over when we played that game. So I have great memories of that.
Nice. That's
good cool. Picks, man. What's your third one?
Third one's, I don't know. This is kind of new. So Bad Omens. But again, statistically, across the board, they're new, but I don't know. Have you checked out their new album?
Yeah, me and you jammed them at work all the time, remember?
But they came out with they just came out with a new one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. So they might be dropping lower in my list soon. But for now, they're good. I just don't know
what's how. What's the one song? Digital.
Yeah, let me pull it.
Digital Homicide. What is it? Digital. His voice is unreal pretty. Like I don't know how a guy sings like that.
Artificial homicide or artificial suicide.
Artificial suicide.
Yeah, but yes, the Finding God Before God.
Great album.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Dude, that one song. From Finding God Before God Finds Me.
Jesus. Are you talking about Dethrone?
Dethrone.
That's my favorite. Like that has to be my favorite song from them of all time, or so far.
But Bad Omens, the first album with the chick wrapped up in that red blanket, is my favorite one.
I think that's just a self-titled, right?
Self-titled, I believe. Yeah.
That's
I have it in this rack right here behind me somewhere.
Yeah, see, I think there was only one song on the album I didn't like, and that was the one that like it was just like slow and soft, where he's like trying to like whisper or something to like pianos, but he's like screaming.
Dude, Glass Houses or I saw them live, dude. I don't know if I ever told you that. They
opened for somebody, right?
Yeah. In fact, I was with my friend Jacob that I mentioned earlier. They like a house San Antonio local band came out. They did a Bullet for My Valentine cover. Nice. Scream Aim Fire, I think, was a song. And then Bad Omens came out, and I was like, oh my God. And then Fit for an Autopsy, which, as you know, is one of my favorite. I just showed you the sweater like 2 weeks ago that I bought.
Yeah.
They came out, and I was like, I didn't even know who they are, and they won me over. And then Trivium came out, and I'm already a fan of them.
Shit, let me scoot over here real quick. But no, all those ones you named. Trivium, have they done anything recently? See, that was another one I jammed in like middle school, high school.
They've been around, dude. I think he was like professional when he was turned 17, bro. Shit. He's like a savant when it comes to like heavy metal music. Or what's the term for that when you have like someone like a prodigy or thank you. I guess you could use it, but he's a genius. Yeah, they just dropped one like a couple months back, I think, dude.
See, I gotta check that out. Where do you go ahead?
Where do I find see all
Yeah,
this stuff.
you already knew what I was gonna say. Yes, because
Yeah,
that's the one thing I like. That's the one news I don't keep up with. Because I'm like, how do I not know about all these new album stuff? It's like, oh, because I don't follow any pages or something.
well, mostly just being a music fanatic. A lot of it's talking with other people,
Nice.
yourself included. But
Yeah.
YouTube, man, YouTube. I'm always
Yeah,
looking at heavy metal music videos. So every day I turn YouTube on. If there's a new song from like the feed that I typically, it pulls up for me based off my search, it'll just randomly pop Trivium. And I'm like, oh, is that a new song? Dropped 9 hours ago. It's obviously new, you know?
Yeah.
So just by clicking on stuff, and then I go on Wikipedia, but I triple search it to make sure it's true. And I was telling you, Rock Feed, I believe is what it's called, and Loudwire, too great. And they give you like up to the date daily news.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, that's pretty cool. And other things too is I know you send me a lot of music to check out too, and sometimes I'm just like I'm lazy with checking out new music. It's like I like the stuff I like, but then I want to complain that I don't have any new music. You know, it's a double-edged sword. But anyway, so go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick, and before all that, it was magazines at Barnes and Nobles and Borders, and then MTV had Headbangers Ball. Yes, I remember that. I bet Rudy knows a lot about that. And they had bands like Superjoint Ritual. I think they even had Metallica once. They had White Zombie, like Rob Zombie stuff, like super underground at that time, you know. Of course, now it's not, but yeah.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that was like early childhood, and then it was gone. And then MTV's, you know, Teen Mom and Jersey Shore and shit.
Yep. So,
you know,
you got Avenged Sevenfold, Bad Omens, and the first one was
Slipknot.
So what's 4 and 5?
4, Linkin Park.
I can't hate on that.
Yeah, see, I wanted to get your reaction.
Yeah. I can't. No, dude. Hybrid Theory, and what was the other one? The first 2 albums, groundbreaking, dude. I mean, to this day, that music holds up. Like, it sounds brand new to me. Another one, rest in peace, Chester.
Yeah, no, that's true. I was gonna look up real quick there, like I was just talking about Bad Omens, their new album, One More Light. Have you checked that one out? I mean, it was also before Chester, not new, but it was before Chester passed away.
No, I haven't jammed. Yeah,
it's not Linkin Park. You know, that's what I have a problem with. But nonetheless, you know, everything else it's mainly because if I could have anyone singing voice, you asked me if you could have one person singing voice, who would it be? It would be Chester's from Linkin Park. And there's not
blame me on that.
And that new metal, that rock,
man,
and you know,
tough.
kind of rap.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Who would I pick, man? It would be Chad Gray from Mudvayne. Even Scott from Stone Temple Pilots, bro. He passed away too.
Peace.
Awesome voice. Lane Staley from Alice in Chains, who's passed away a long time ago. Kurt. There's too many people. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Linkin Park is interchangeable with Nirvana, if I'll be honest. Because, you know, I do see, I kind of feel like there's a correlation there, at least, you know, the way I like to, you know, the way I feel about both bands. But number 5 would be Motionless in White.
That's weird you said that, man. Fucking Nirvana, man. Dude, I just jammed their live recording at that insane asylum. Did you see that? On YouTube, Nirvana? Motionless in White.
Oh, I was about to say Nirvana at an asylum.
It was
like something I'd watch.
Their newest, what is it, Disguise or something like that? The new album. Dude, awesome album. A lot better than the one before that. Graveyard Shift.
Disguise, there's a few that I feel like it's kind of poppy, but I do like it overall. I hope they don't go that route fully. Of course, you have to for radio and shit, you know. But there's a lot of like, you know, I guess deep cuts in there. But Disguise is good. But
what's your favorite one? Reincarnate.
Or which one is the one with the chick on the couch
and the cat? The hairless cat.
That has to be my favorite. Like I said, I don't, you know, my generation probably doesn't know albums for shit, but no, that is Reincarnate. Yeah, Infamous though. Infamous is
Infamous.
Probably,
yes.
Yeah, that's probably my next one.
Yes, dude. I saw them. Actually, I told you that story. I think again with my friend Jacob. We were going to see Slipknot and Behemoth, and Motionless in White opened up. I'm assuming right when we got there, I couldn't see them. We were on the side of the stage walking, but I could hear them. So would that count as seeing them live still? I was there, but I couldn't see them.
Yeah, technically you're in the same, space.
I heard them live.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, there you go. That's all you need. That's
Yeah.
all you need. Yeah. No, that's cool. And yeah, I didn't want to put them on my list. They're probably not top 10, but I wanted to put an honorable mention because it's like I guess I would describe them as like a guilty pleasure band. Like I wouldn't compare. That's the thing. I wouldn't compare them with any other band on this list because they're uncomparable. But Hollywood Undead is a good guilty pleasure band of mine. Like
Are
that's
they
just
still
something
going?
yeah, they yeah. I mean,
What was
I
the
grew up
one
with them.
song they had that they played on Kiss over and over?
Was it Undead or Everything Everywhere I Go?
It was the first album when they first came out. They killed the song over and over so many times.
It had to be Undead. That was their song that got them big because they got big off of MySpace, and I kind of that's why I kind of felt a connection with them.
Can you do the chorus? You don't have to sing it.
It just yells Undead, and then it's like you better get up out the way, something today. I can't know the words unless I freaking sing it. Hold on, we can get a copyright infringement, but let me pull them up.
I know. Be careful.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine.
Damn. Well, good talk, man.
Unless you're talking about Everywhere I Go.
I'll look it up later and I'll text you.
This. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Or is it this one?
It's not that one.
Oh, you know what? I think I know which.
It's the radio-friendly one. It's like, it must be a single.
I think I know what you're talking about. Where's it at? Fuck. I know. How you doing on time, by the way? How you doing on time, by the way?
Good. I can do like 10 more minutes, man.
Oh, okay. Is it this one? Because this is the one that was like on Guitar Hero.
I think so.
Yeah, and it's like that. It has like it has to be Everywhere I Go, Undead, and Young are like the three that that blew them up. So all right, before I let you go, what one of the main reasons too why I wanted to have you on is because I know you're with your history major or degree, sorry, and your big brain for history and knowledge. Just I know it just correlates to what's going on today in the world. So I mean, just what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. We were just talking about it last episode, saying I was just asking you if you thought things were gonna pop off, and then
dude, I told you that's too big of a show not to move forward, and sure enough, they did.
Dang,
I'm not a specialist on this, but dude. I was asking people like, what's the main reason he's doing this other than he's tired of being good? Eventually human beings want to conquer something. Mm-hmm. It's a shame, but why? Russia, right. Is it oil? Russia has huge amounts of oil.
Well, apparently, I've been hearing like uranium or some shit in Ukraine, or want to take back some land because of that.
And you look at their military force; it's massive, but it's nowhere near as massive as the American military force. Our budget for spending on the military is literally unreachable by other countries, like per capita or whatever. It's no one even comes close. But that's how you stay the world's #1 elite power, But you can get on those YouTube videos like USA versus Russia military, and it's like, I don't know how to the T or, how precise all the numbers are, but I can guarantee you that no one tops like the American military in terms of like the amount of money spent on having the best or potentially the best product,
Yeah, true. And, it's it's not a shame. It's actually a shame for, Putin, but he thought he was just going to go into Ukraine and take control in like a day or something. And that hasn't been that easy.
They just a couple of years ago, I had to remind people, didn't they invade Georgia, the country Georgia? Who? Do you remember that? They were fighting Georgia over something. And Georgia's like, dude, like this is Georgia and that's Russia, Right. Like, and they couldn't even take Georgia. I don't know if they withdrew or there was a stalemate. I don't know if they came to peace terms, but that's a sign right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow. Well, let's go back to World War II, because weren't the U.S. and Russia allies in World War II? I mean, technically, were they still allies up until this point, or like
They were allies, yes, and we actually gave them a lot of products to help them on the Eastern Front against Nazi Germany. And Nazi Germany was not just Germany; it was Austria and other countries that they brought into the Third Reich, annexed into the Third Reich, I believe is a proper term. But the whole time we were allies, we knew that after that war, they were the next bad guys because they were communists, so on and so forth. And that went on to the Vietnam War, the Korean War, and communist spread and all that. So America has always tried to, well, the free Western world has always tried to fight off communism. And that's why Germany was split into the Russian half, the American half, the British zones, all the different zones,
sure.
And the Berlin Wall. If you're on the communist side, life was horrible. Mm-hmm. If you were on the Western free, under the new German Empire or American authority, British authority, life was much better.
Wow. Yeah. Dang. Well, yeah. See, thank you. That's exactly why I like talking to you about this stuff, because the way you just broke it down like that so effortlessly. I can't even talk like effortlessly.
I don't like you, but you're the enemy of my enemy. So I'm going to help you in the meantime, even though I know that after this is done, I'm going to have to kill you,
Yeah. Shit. We are just animals, man.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So I mean, what do you see? I mean, I know, like, you're not an analyst or anything like this, but just based on your knowledge, what do you think?
Go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, because number one, I don't know why they're doing it, other than the basis of he's wanted to do something for a long time now. It's not the first time. Like you said, uranium, maybe that's it. I don't know why they would need oil. Of course, you don't want to use your own oil before you use someone else's oil. So, because it's not it's a finite source, there's going to be an end to that at some point. America has a ton of oil. People don't realize that. A ton of oil, bro. Thank God. I don't know. I watch it every day. Every time I type in Google on my smartphone every day, my iPhone, and I just read the new headlines. I don't know how accurate they are, how biased they are. But we haven't sent troops there yet. I don't know if that's something we should or shouldn't do. I don't know, man, because where does that go from there? It's
exactly.
Huge.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, I don't know, because if we get involved, and then we can't stop until something comes out of it.
And that's a true mechanized war, bro. You haven't seen mechanized warfare ever since World War II. The amount of mechanized warfare in World War II has never been seen since then. Thank God, because that was a true world war. Tanks upon tanks upon tanks, ships, planes, bombs. Constant, 24/7 for years. 5-6 years. So hopefully it doesn't come to that.
All that's been going on now is, I guess, just sanctions in other countries not wanting to deal with Putin or Russia. Not wanting
but there's people are already dying. There's already been like 200 something casualties, civilians, if I'm not mistaken.
At what point does other nations need to get involved, especially if he's apparently, last thing I heard, he's trying to take down the internet, like in Ukraine. Like that's
up to Al Gore.
Yeah. He's serial about that.
I don't know. That's something we'll both have to research and come back on our third webisode from the intro web.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I need to find out why he invaded. Is there even really a true reason? I doubt it.
No. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and again, and I like these conversations. So if you enjoyed these conversations out there, you can Walt will be coming back monthly, but then Walt will be also visiting us on Patreon. Isn't that right, Walt?
Yes, I hope you guys like having me on here as much as Vinny does. I really appreciate it. I'll try to bring something different to help him out and help us out as a pair on here. So I really appreciate y'all's time, and I appreciate your time, Vinny.
Yeah, dude. These conversations that we have definitely need to be heard and seen, and that's what they will be. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this monthly on CayVin Universe on YouTube, and you will be joining me at least as much as we can. If we try to do at least once a month,
anytime you want me, let me know, man, and I'll do my best to be here.
Yes, exactly. So YouTube and Patreon, check it out, people. Walt, you got anything to say before I let you
go? Just for my sake, man, when would this be up, do you think?
Well, usually, I mean, a little behind the scenes here. It just takes like a day or two. So, what's today? Okay. Usually we're supposed to be out by Monday, but you know, we're always late.
You can edit that out. I don't know if that was bad. I just need to know so I can expect it. Yeah.
Now, I guess sometimes some people like this little behind the scenes talk. So yeah, we'll keep it in. But no, probably by Tuesday or Wednesday.
Dude, I loved the last one. Again, I hope y'all loved it. I hope you loved Vinny's top 5. Those are great bands, man. Recapping my top 5, I think, are even better bands, bro.
Yeah, but, and just because I'm a like not completionist, or what's the word, perfectionist. Last episode did, you know, hopefully the quality of this episode comes out a little better.
Yeah,
I did edit last episode. I did edit last episode on an iPhone, so you know, if you give me credit.
I thought it was good, dude. Everybody that saw it with me was like, "That's fun. That looked fun," and it was, and I enjoyed it.
Well, I really appreciate it, man. So yeah, this one will be a lot smoother.
If I can just say this real quick, I know it's not my channel, but hang in there. Next time I'll be here with Vinny, my boy Big Vin. We're gonna have 2 or 3 topics that should be really, really thought-provoking and interesting, right, Vinny?
That's right, man. No, I dig it, man. I dig it. That's awesome. And yeah, you're like I've always said, you're more than welcome to come on every time or anytime. Just you know, you're gonna have to deal with my my slowness sometimes.
Mine too, bro.
Yeah. But anyway, bro, I'll catch up with you later, man.
Thank you for having me. Y'all take care. Be safe.
All right, bro.
Much love.
All right. Tell the family I said hi.
Ciao.
All right, later, bro. But yeah, and that's the thing when it comes to that in our list. Dude, I gotta add that as a blueprint.
Hey, that should be the thumbnail thing.
You wouldn't buy it? I at least last time tried to make you look cool. Oh,
I did. You were like that.
Yeah,
this one just like
that. If you want me to, I will. Hold on, we gotta find
burnt tomato, bro.
All right, I gotta find a way to cut this back. Oh, give me a second.